Filming. Let's go. Harry Main, and this is how to flare on pretty much like a quarter of any size. Like it's a similar thing on any quarter. You just need to like figure out what you need to do different. But I'm going to go through that with you. I feel like flare on a quarter pipe is a necessity in park nowadays. In 2011, if you can't flare, you should. So you better learn off this video. Alright, so tip one. This might just work for you, it might not. But with that, the easiest way to explain it is go as fast as you can at the quarter pipe and pull back. Alright, I'll give you one. Right, tip number two. Usually, if you've tried flares before, you might have had like the problem you were not going like flared enough. Like you probably go on 2540. Usually that means you haven't flipped enough. So you want to flip like a lot off the lip. Like most of your momentum off the lip will be like a backflip. It's pretty much a backflip here. That's the way you want to think about it when you hit the lip. I'll show you one, and I'll try my best to do like a straight flip flare. When you hit the quarter, it's not like, you don't want to hit the quarter and pull as hard as you can. Like, if you pull the quarter, if you pull like as hard as you can with your arms and stuff, all you're going to do is slam into the ramp even harder. Like, it's not actually going to do anything for you. Obviously, like, your flip's going to come round faster, but what you mainly want to do is you want to like pump the tranny, so it's almost like you want to air off it and like miss a little bit of the tranny. Like, if you were to like, for instance, if you were to air off to the floor, like that kind of thing, like that isn't a flare. Like that's not a, it's not like a pull. It's more like a pump off. Now, if you pump off, that gives you enough time to get your flare round comfortably without pulling it as hard as you can. Another thing, a lot of people I've heard try and teach people flares say drop your shoulder. I'd never ever say drop your shoulder. I don't feel like I drop my shoulder. I feel like if you drop your shoulder, all that's going to do is like turn it into like a crazy mad front flip spin or something. Like it's your head, it's not your shoulder, it's your head. Like if you look where you're going, like if you want to take off, like if you imagine like your flare is straight and your 540 is sideways right now, you want it like in between 540 and flip, but still feel like you're doing a flip. So it's like kind of on that angle, like your sideways angle, but don't drop your shoulder. Just look the way you're going, because if you drop your shoulder, you're going to start spinning, and you don't want to spin too much. You just want to like, you want your head to direct you the right way you want to go, not your shoulder. Try it with your head, not your shoulder. All right. I feel like a lot of kids out there, even when they're first trying flares, me as well, like I used to land like sideways or too straight, and I could never figure out like just exactly how to land the flare. Like I could get the flare round, which if you can backflip, I pretty much 90% guarantee you will get a flare round, because you're so naturally used to air in the quarter pipe. When you just backflip it, it's almost like if you can tail whip onto a box and then you tail whip 180 onto a box. Doing a tail whip here is not like doing a tail whip 180, if it makes sense. So what I'd suggest here to actually land the flare is you want to obviously pump off, like I said, don't pull, pump off the ramp, like lean, get your head right, like look where you want to go with your flare, and you'll feel like you'll go from being upside down this way, and you'll feel your rotation coming in towards like your whole left side, unless you ride the other way and then it'd be your right side. But you feel your rotation coming in on your left side, and then you want to like really look for where you're going to land. Like if you can see where you're going to land, push it on the ramp. Like I'll do my best to show you what I mean. Like I'll pop a flare and then I'll try and push it onto the ramp like I'm trying to explain. Now, some kids live in an area where you don't have a quarter that size, right? Now, when I said before about like pumping off the tranny so that you don't smash into the ramp, you'll have that problem. Like I guarantee you're gonna have that problem when you're learning them on a small transition. Now, I'm gonna try and show you exactly what I mean by like pumping away from the ramp, but still flaring like kind of the same speed. Speeding your flare up won't do too much for you. You'll just hit the ramp harder. So I'm gonna flare this thing, and then I'm gonna go this way and flare this flat bank, and hopefully you get an idea of what I mean by like pumping off instead of pulling off, which is what you're gonna need. So you basically just wanna pump off the tranny and just do a flip, like pump off the way you want it air and just straight flip, you'll do it. That concludes my how to flare. Basically your key points are, don't pull as hard as you can, try and pump the transition more. Do a backflip, make sure you actually backflip on the ramp, like that's the main thing you need to concentrate on, is doing a backflip, not a 540. Sort of tilt your head more than drop your shoulder. Dropping your shoulder is just going to turn it into a crazy spin. And try and look for where you're landing when you're coming in with the flare. Try and look exactly where you're landing. I wish you the best of luck. Go over to Facebook and go on Harry Main fan page and hit me up and tell me whether this helped you learn flares, or show me a video or a picture. I'm always keen to see people learning new things, so let me know. Yeah, cheers!